Hi, my name is Rabbi Zoot, and welcome back to the channel. We've been gone a little while. We took a little hiatus because I've been working on some other projects, but there is too much good stuff to talk about in the world of Judaism not to bring you some more. So, last time we talked, I promised I'd take you in some places that you wouldn't necessarily expect Judaism to be, but there it is. There's always a Judaism for that. And so I was watching TV the other day. I was catching up on my Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I was watching Moon Knight, the latest TV show from Marvel. And in one of the episodes, without spoiling too much, we see that one of the main characters is not only Jewish, but is an actively practicing Jew. We see Jewish language around some things I don't want to spoil, but Judaism is an obvious plot point in this story. And so you'd wonder, is that just a diversity play? Is that just a way of incorporating a little bit of ethnicity into this and bringing some identity into this very complicated character? Well, actually, the other newest Marvel TV show is Hawkeye, where we also see that the female lead Hawkeye is also identified as Jewish. You notice as she goes to her aunt's apartment, there's a mezuzah on the door, and there's a Chanukiah in the background. Clearly her Jewish identity is an important piece of the show, although they don't deal with it nearly as overtly. So you have to wonder, why are there all these signs and symbols for Judaism embedded in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? And one of the main reasons for that is you can't really talk about superheroes without talking about comic books. And you can't really talk about comic books without talking about Jews. Because historically, when comic books were first coming into play in the early 20th century, it was the Jews who, coming from Europe, weren't able to get jobs in many of the other places where more money could be made. And so they had to go into the entertainment industry, where they could make a buck based on their own talent. If you can entertain people, you can make them laugh, they're not going to ask a lot of questions about who you are and what you're about. And so the Jews started writing comic books as their way of getting into the entertainment industry and trying to find a niche in their new country. And one of the best examples of this is Captain America. Captain America is one of the earliest comic books, and in it we see Captain America fighting who? The Nazis. Because in the minds of the Jewish people who were writing these comic books, Captain America was the superhero to come in and save the Jewish people and liberate them from the Nazis. This was a form of ideological imagination, imagining what it's like to invent a hero that will save us from the traumas of the world. Comic books were a coping mechanism for Jews who had encountered so much hatred and animosity towards them throughout the years. They helped to create this medium that said, let's imagine a world where there are these people out there whose job it is to behave like superheroes, to come in and fix things and beat up the bad guys and stand up for justice. Now, when you think of the modern day relationship with comic books, you can't really tell the story of Marvel or the Marvel Cinematic Universe or any of this without talking about Stan Lee. Stan Lee, perhaps the most famous Jewish comic book writer there ever was, although that's a contested list. Stan Lee helped to bring these things into the modern world. When a Marvel movie comes out, tens of thousands of millions of people rush to the movies to see the latest installment. And all of this is, you guessed it, brought to you by the Jewish people. So it's pretty cool to see that something that all over the world, secular society enjoys, and it all began because Jews needed a way to express their creativity. This is just one of the cool places where we see Judaism as an underground underpinnings of so much of the rest of our lives. And we're going to keep exploring that over the next couple of weeks. So thank you for being patient while we were gone for a little while, and welcome back. I'm glad we get to keep doing this great work and keep learning new things. Thanks so much, and have a great day.